Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at the pills stacked in your medicine cabinet and thought, is this really it? If you're living with arthritis, you probably have. Because when pain creeps into your joints, when mornings feel more like battles than beginnings, when even the smallest joys like opening a jar or tying your shoes become steep hills to climb, it wears on you. And yet few people talk about this fight. Fewer still talk about alternatives. But here's the truth. Relief doesn't always have to come in a bottle. Sometimes it starts in your kitchen. That's right. Not a clinic, not a pharmacy, but that quiet little corner of your home where something as simple as what you eat can make a powerful difference. So today, I want to share with you 3 plant-based heroes. Foods that are humble, often overlooked, but packed with the power to soothe inflammation, support your joints, and help you reclaim a bit more of you. Let's begin with one you may not have thought twice about: lentils. Now I know, they don't have a cult following on social media. You won't find them trending on flashy food blogs. They don't come with exotic packaging or clever slogans. But lentils, they're the quiet warriors in the battle against arthritis, packed with nutrients, gentle on your body, and so easy to prepare they might just become your new best friend in the kitchen. So why lentils? It all starts with one word: protein. Protein is the building block of life. It helps repair tissues, strengthen muscles, and support the framework that holds your joints together. But here's where it gets complicated. A lot of people reach for protein through red meat. And while it builds muscle, it also tends to inflame. And when you're already dealing with swollen or aching joints, adding fuel to that fire is the last thing you want. That's where lentils shine. They give you the protein you need without the backlash. And they do more than just avoid harm. They help. They soothe. They support. But protein isn't the only magic hidden in these tiny legumes. Let's talk about magnesium. Most of us, especially as we age, aren't getting enough of it. Yet magnesium is like nature's own muscle relaxant. It eases tension, loosens up stiff joints, and even helps calm nerve pain on those especially difficult days. You ever wake up and no amount of stretching seems to help, your body just won't let go? Magnesium could be what you're missing. And lentils, they've got it in abundance. Now let's not forget about potassium. This underrated mineral plays a huge role in flushing excess salt from your system, which can mean less bloating, less water retention, and fewer mornings where your knees or hands feel swollen and tight. Again, lentils, helping your body find balance naturally. And here's something you may not have considered: fiber. See, fiber doesn't just keep digestion moving. It helps stabilize your blood sugar. And when your blood sugar spikes, your body produces inflammatory chemicals, the kind that make arthritis worse. Lentils slow that spike. They level out your day. And in doing so, they help protect your joints from the inside out. There's more. Lentils are also packed with folate or vitamin B9. This vitamin helps regulate homocysteine, an amino acid that, when too high, has been linked to inflammation and joint pain. Adding lentils to your plate might seem like a small shift, but over time, it can quietly transform your health. Now maybe you're wondering, that sounds great, but how do I actually eat lentils? The answer: however you like. Even if you're not into cooking, lentils are so easy to work with. Toss them into stews, Stir them into curries. Chill them for a fresh, tangy salad. Season them to be spicy savory or even a touch sweet. You can wrap them in tacos. Stuff them into veggie burgers. Blend them into soups. The possibilities. Endless. And unlike other legumes, they don't need overnight soaking. Just rinse, boil, simmer, and serve. Done. And here's one more thing. Lentils are kind to your stomach. No heavy bloating. No sluggish aftermath. And if you want to really power up their anti-inflammatory magic, pair them with turmeric, black pepper, leafy greens, a splash of lemon juice. Each ingredient brings its own healing touch. And together they create more than a meal. They create medicine disguised as dinner. Here's what I need you to know. Small changes can lead to big relief. You don't need to transform your entire diet overnight. Start small. Add lentils to a few meals a week. Watch how your body responds. Because these little legumes, they're not just filling your plate, they're fighting for your freedom. Freedom to move, to bend, to stretch, to live. So next time you're in the grocery store, don't pass them by. Grab a bag, try a new recipe, and give your joints the love they've been waiting for. So we've talked about lentils. But now let's turn to another quiet powerhouse, another humble helper that's been sitting in your pantry all along: chickpeas. You might know them as the creamy base of hummus, or those soft little rounds hiding in your salad bowl. But I want to invite you to see chickpeas in a whole new light, because once you understand what they can really do for your body, especially if you live with arthritis, you'll never look at them the same way again. Let's start with what they share in common with lentils' plant-based protein. If you're trying to cut back on red meat and all the inflammation that often comes with it, chickpeas give your muscles the support they need without the price your joints don't deserve. Protein is about more than just muscle. It's about mobility. Because stronger muscles support your joints, and when your joints feel supported, they hurt less. They carry less strain. They get to rest. But what makes chickpeas truly stand out? Two words: polyphenols and vitamin C. I know polyphenols sounds like something out of a chemistry class, but all it really means is this: they're nature's protectors. Powerful antioxidants that fight free radicals. Those chaotic, unstable molecules that stir up inflammation and break down your cells. If you have arthritis, you're already battling something called oxidative stress, and over time, that stress makes your symptoms worse. But chickpeas, they help shield your body. Every bite builds a barrier. A small, silent protection wrapped around your joints. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Chickpeas are packed with vitamin C, which your body needs to make collagen. Think of collagen as the cushion between your bones. It keeps everything moving smoothly. Without enough of it, that cushion thins and pain moves in. So when you eat chickpeas, you're not just masking discomfort. You're rebuilding your joints from the inside out. And that's powerful. Now remember, magnesium. Yes, just like lentils, chickpeas are rich in it too. And as we talked about before, magnesium calms your muscles, soothes your nerves, and helps your body release all the tension it's been holding. Tense muscles put more pressure on your joints. But relaxed muscles, they give your joints space, relief, room to breathe. And if you're someone who struggles with sleep, which so many with chronic pain, Do magnesium can even help with that too, because better rest means better recovery. And better recovery means fewer flare-ups and more good days. Now let's circle back to something simple. Something you see on every nutrition label fiber. It might seem basic, but when it comes to arthritis fiber, can be a game changer. Why? Because high blood sugar levels trigger inflammation. And inflammation is the very thing we're trying to quiet. The good news: fiber slows down how sugar is absorbed, and chickpeas, they're loaded with it. So instead of those sharp, chaotic sugar spikes, you get smoother, steadier energy, less inflammation, less pain, and more calm for your body. Now let's talk about the fun part, because chickpeas, they're incredibly versatile. Yes, hummus is the classic. It's creamy, comforting, and delicious, but don't stop there. Try roasting chickpeas with olive oil and spices for a crunchy snack that puts potato chips to shame. Sauté them with turmeric and vibrant vegetables. Stir them into stews. Toss them onto a quinoa bowl, or blend them into a silky curry with sweet potatoes, spinach, and garlic. And for the bakers out there, yes, you can even use chickpea flour. It's gluten-free, high in protein, and works beautifully in pancakes, cookies, and even brownies. You'd be amazed how easily these little legumes slip into your favorite meals, adding nutrition without taking away flavor. They're hearty, they're satisfying, and they keep you fuller longer. That's a win for joint health, and a win for anyone trying to maintain a healthy weight. Because let's face it, every pound matters when your joints are already working overtime. Now here's the best part. Chickpeas are cheap, widely available, and easy to cook whether you're working with canned or dried. If you're using canned, just rinse them well to wash away excess sodium. If you've got a little time, try cooking dried chickpeas at home. It's simple. It's affordable, and it brings you closer to the nourishment your body deserves. So how often should you eat them? Start with 2 or 3 meals a week. Then listen to your body. If it responds well, and for many people it does, you might just find yourself reaching for chickpeas every single day. Your joints will thank you. Your energy will rise. And your body will begin to feel more balanced from the inside out. You know, arthritis has a way of making you feel like your body is working against you, like you're stuck in a battle you didn't sign up for. But foods like chickpeas, they remind us that healing doesn't always have to be loud. It doesn't have to come in the form of a prescription. Sometimes it's soft, simple, unassuming, like a handful of legumes on your plate. Don't underestimate them, because what seems small can bring back something big. Hope, relief, and maybe even a sense of control. So next time you plan a meal or push your cart down the grocery aisle, remember those tiny beige chickpeas. They carry more than just nutrients. They carry promise. And now for the final member of our trio. A food you may have heard of, maybe even tasted once or twice. But unless someone really showed you why it matters, you may have never realized just how powerful it can be. We're talking about tofu. Yes, that quiet, pale block sitting in the corner of the fridge aisle. Not flashy, not fancy, and often misunderstood. But don't let appearances fool you, because tofu, it just might be one of the most overlooked warriors in the fight against arthritis. Let's begin with the foundation soybeans. That's where tofu comes from. And soybeans are one of the few plant-based foods that contain what we call a complete protein, meaning they carry all 9 of the essential amino acids your body needs to grow, to heal, and to stay strong. Now think about your bones, your joints, your muscles. Every one of them depends on protein, not just to function, but to rebuild what time and pain have tried to tear down. Tofu offers that support without the inflammation often caused by animal-based sources. But it doesn't stop there. Tofu also delivers a rare gift in the plant world: omega-3 fatty acids. You might think of fish when you hear that term. But tofu quietly brings this same anti-inflammatory magic to your plate without a single scale. Omega-3s help lower the body's production of inflammatory compounds, which means less swelling, less pain, less stiffness. When you're living with arthritis, that's not just helpful, it's hope. Now here's something else worth celebrating: calcium. We often associate it with dairy. But for many people, especially those sensitive to dairy or watching their inflammation, milk and cheese aren't ideal solutions. Tofu steps in with a clean, reliable source of calcium. And some brands even fortify their tofu with vitamin D, which enhances calcium absorption and strengthens bones. Vitamin D does more than just build up the skeleton. It helps regulate your immune system, and it plays a quiet, steady role in keeping inflammation in check. For seniors or anyone feeling the slow, heavy creep of arthritis, this matters deeply. Let's go a step further. Tofu contains something called isoflavones plant compounds that mimic the effects of estrogen in gentle, natural ways. And here's why that matters. As we age, hormone levels change. For many, those changes can lead to increased joint pain and inflammation. But studies have shown that the isoflavones in tofu can reduce stiffness, improve flexibility, and even lessen pain, especially in people with rheumatoid arthritis. This isn't about miracle cures, it's about quiet restoration. Food as support. Food as healing. So how do you use tofu? Well, that's the beautiful part. Tofu takes on the flavor of whatever it touches. It's like a blank canvas, just waiting for your creativity. Marinate it in lemon juice, garlic, and soy sauce. Sauté it with chili flakes and ginger. Toss it into a stir-fry with colorful vegetables and a dash of turmeric. Or crumble it into tacos, breakfast scrambles, or grain bowls. Its creamy texture makes it a perfect fit for soups, smoothies, even dairy-free desserts. You can blend it into dips, fold it into sauces, or use it in place of cream to reduce saturated fats without losing richness or nourishment. And the best part, tofu is affordable, accessible, and widely available in just about every grocery store. If you're not allergic and your body responds well to it, there's every reason to make it a regular guest at your table. And when you pair it with other inflammation-fighting foods like spinach, kale, quinoa, or brown rice, you're giving your body a powerful combination: protein, calcium, omega-3s, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds working in harmony, feeding your joints, fueling your strength, supporting your healing from the inside out. Listen, I know arthritis can feel like a heavy burden, like a weight that settles into your bones and takes away pieces of the life you once knew. And in the face of that pain, it's easy to feel like your body is turning against you. But what if I told you, you still have tools that healing might already be waiting right there in your kitchen? What if the answer isn't always a prescription, but a plate? Tofu may not come with bold colors or loud advertising, but behind its quiet presence is a reservoir of nourishment. It doesn't just feed you, it fortifies you. So let this be your reminder: tofu is not just food. It's medicine made edible, and one of the best-kept secrets for arthritis relief. Lentils, chickpeas, tofu. 3 humble foods, 3 plant-based proteins, each one rich with nutrients that fight inflammation, support your joints, and help you feel, maybe for the first time in a long time, a little more like yourself again. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need elaborate diets. You just need a few small choices made consistently with care. Because the food you eat, it's not just fuel. It's a way forward. So the next time you stand in your kitchen or push your cart down the grocery aisle, remember, your body is asking for help. And these foods, they are your answer. If this resonated with you, comment below. Tell me, was it the lentils, the chickpeas, the tofu? Or was it simply the hope that you can start again one bite at a time? And if this helped you, share it, because someone out there is waiting to hear this, just like you were. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.